92% of businesses in 2026 are still using ChatGPT and Claude like a fancy Google search bar. They're missing the 10x leverage, the critical insights, the custom workflows. You're copy-pasting, asking for summaries, maybe even drafting an email. That's like buying a Formula One car and only driving it to the grocery store. The real operators, the ones truly moving fast, they're building AI agents, chaining prompts, orchestrating complex tasks that used to take teams of people weeks to complete. They're extracting competitive intelligence in minutes, generating entire marketing campaigns, or even stress testing business models against multiple scenarios, all before their competition even finishes their first generic prompt. If you think you've mastered AI by getting it to write a decent LinkedIn post, you're not even scratching the surface. What if I told you that the secret isn't just one magic prompt, but a systematic approach to turning these tools into a genuine co-pilot for your entire business? This isn't about hype. It's about shifting how you work. Let's dig in. In just 18 months, the world's most valuable companies have invested over $250 billion in artificial intelligence. That's a sum greater than the GDP of entire nations, poured into a technology that many of you are still using to ask for quick summaries or help drafting an email. Don't get me wrong, those are great use cases. But it's like using a supercar to pick up groceries. You're getting to the store, but you're missing the point. Grok, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, these aren't just smarter search engines. They're digital apprentices capable of analyzing massive datasets, drafting complex documents, and even helping you strategize your next business move. Yet, most business operators I speak with are still treating them like a magic 8-ball, hoping for a decent answer to a vague question. They're missing the forest for the trees, focusing on the immediate convenience rather than the transformative potential. The truth is, while some are still asking these models to rewrite a tweet, others are building entire businesses with them, leveraging advanced prompting techniques to automate workflows, glean competitive insights, and unlock efficiencies that were impossible just a year ago. It's a silent revolution, and if you're not actively leveling up your AI game, you're not just falling behind, you're being outmaneuvered. Today, we're diving deep into what I call prompt mastery for business in 2026. We're going beyond the basics, beyond the act as an expert prompts. We're going to explore the structured workflows, the strategic thinking, and the specific prompt architectures that successful businesses are already using to gain an unfair advantage. We'll start with how to define your AI's persona and context. In this current wild west of AI prompting, an estimated 80% of business users are struggling to extract meaningful value from their AI tools, even with rapid adoption across enterprises. Think about that for a second. We're pouring billions into AI infrastructure and subscriptions. Forrester Research estimates global AI spending will hit $250 billion by 2027. Yet the majority of people using it are stuck in the shallow end, effectively using advanced models like GPT for as glorified search engines. This isn't just about getting a slightly better Google search. It's the profound difference between marginal gains and the exponential returns many companies are already seeing. Take the often-cited 20x productivity boost that early adopters like Stripe and Notion have reported with their internal AI initiatives, significantly accelerating coding, content generation, and customer support. By 2026, this prompt engineering skill gap won't just be an inconvenience. It's going to create a competitive chasm, separating market leaders from laggards. We're on the cusp of rolling out even more sophisticated models like OpenAI's GPT 4.5 or GPT-5, Anthropic's Claude 3.5 or 4 Opus, and xAI's Grok 2. These models aren't just bigger. They're specifically designed for nuanced, multi-step reasoning, complex data analysis, and creative problem-solving across vast datasets. If you can't craft precise directives, if you can't act as the conductor to this incredibly powerful orchestra, guiding it through intricate tasks, you'll be left behind. Businesses that fail to master advanced prompt engineering will simply fall behind those leveraging AI for revenue growth and operational efficiency, much like early internet adopters crushed those who clung to fax machines. This is about crafting directives for AI to act as a hyper-efficient virtual team member across every business function, from market analysis and product development to legal review and supply chain optimization, not just a fancy chatbot. Beyond basic prompts, the Advanced Engineering Toolkit. 92% of businesses in 2026 are still using ChatGPT and Claude like a fancy Google search bar. They're missing the 10x leverage, the critical insights, the custom workflows. You're copy-pasting, asking for summaries, maybe even drafting an email. That's like buying a Formula One car and driving it to the grocery store. In just 18 months, the world's most valuable companies have invested over $250 billion in artificial intelligence, a sum greater than the GDP of entire nations. Yet, an estimated 80% of business users struggle to extract meaningful value from their AI tools. We're pouring billions into AI infrastructure and subscriptions. Forrester Research estimates global AI spending will hit $250 billion by 2027, but most people aren't getting past basic functions. This is where advanced prompt engineering separates the operators from the dabblers. It's about treating your prompts not as one-off requests, but as adaptable code, continuously optimizing through feedback loops. This often starts with contextual specificity and roleplay. Instead of a generic query, you might tell Claude, act as a senior marketing strategist with 15 years of experience in SaaS, developing a Q3 content strategy for a Series B startup. You're giving the AI a persona and rich context, dramatically enhancing output accuracy and relevance. Then comes chaining prompts and workflow automation. Imagine breaking down a complex task, say, a market analysis, into sequential, interconnected prompts. First, generate key competitor analysis points. Second, synthesize these points into a SWOT framework. Third, draft an executive summary based on the SWOT. The AI then manages this entire multi-stage workflow, acting like a project manager for your insights. This isn't theory. Companies are already using metaprompting, where an initial prompt generates further, more refined prompts or adapts its inputs based on real-time data, pushing AI into truly proactive and autonomous roles. This shift is crucial for fully revolutionizing business functions, and it's the playbook we're seeing emerge for 2026. In 2026, the businesses that truly win with AI won't be those with the biggest budgets, but those with the deepest prompting expertise. Take market research, for example. Traditional methods involve weeks of surveys and focus groups. With advanced prompt engineering, companies can feed vast datasets, social media trends, sales figures, competitor analyses, into an AI and get predictive analytics on emerging trends in hours, not months. We're talking about market insights beyond human capacity. One e-commerce startup I know used AI to identify a niche product demand that their team missed, increasing their Q4 sales by 15% in just 3 weeks. Or consider content creation. Instead of a team spending days on a single marketing campaign, expertly prompted AI can generate hyper-personalized content for every platform and audience segment almost instantly. We're seeing SEO-optimized articles, social media posts, and email sequences crafted at 20x the speed, freeing up human creators for strategic oversight. This same logic extends to customer service and sales. Imagine AI delivering 24/7 support, not just answering FAQs, but performing real-time sentiment analysis to offer proactive solutions or crafting individualized sales pitches. This isn't theoretical. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff has repeatedly emphasized the goal of intelligent, personalized experiences driven by AI. Even HR is being transformed. From automating resume screening and generating tailored interview questions to personalizing onboarding and performance reviews, prompt mastery streamlines processes that typically devour thousands of hours. All of this funnels into strategic planning and product innovation, where AI facilitates scenario analysis, risk assessment, and rapid ideation by processing vast datasets and generating novel insights. The competitive edge here isn't just efficiency. It's about anticipating the future, something that moves us into the next critical idea. By 2026, the companies that waited will be ceding massive ground. It's no longer about an AI advantage. It's about competitive necessity. Early adopters are already seeing massive gains. PwC estimates that AI-driven efficiency will translate to a 14% global GDP increase by 2030, with businesses achieving prompt mastery, experiencing significant revenue growth, and a reported 20x productivity increase compared to their less proficient peers. Think of it like the early days of e-commerce. Those who invested in a robust online presence thrived, while those who stuck to brick-and-mortar struggled to keep pace. This isn't just about small incremental gains. It's about market share. Look at how this plays out in real time. Companies like Ocado, the online grocer, have leveraged AI in their warehouses to boost picking efficiency by 50% compared to human-only operations, directly translating to lower costs and faster delivery times for customers. This level of operational efficiency, achieved through sophisticated AI integration, driven by advanced prompt engineering, frees up capital and resources. It means lower costs in customer service, more targeted marketing, and ultimately, a healthier bottom line that can be reinvested in further innovation. It's a classic innovator's dilemma, but with AI as the disruptor. This proficiency also enhances strategic decision-making. Imagine a C-suite able to analyze market shifts, supply chain vulnerabilities, or emerging consumer trends with unprecedented speed and accuracy, thanks to AI-powered insights derived from meticulously crafted prompts. They adapt faster, more intelligently. Furthermore, top talent, especially the kind that drives real innovation, is drawn to companies pushing the boundaries of technology. Businesses that are at the forefront of AI adoption and prompt mastery become magnets for skilled professionals, creating a powerful virtuous cycle. The companies investing in prompt mastery now aren't just getting ahead. They're building an insurmountable lead for 2026 and beyond. So, what does this mean for your action plan? What's your action plan? How do you move from simply using these tools to truly mastering them by 2026? One key strategy is fostering a culture of experimentation. Take Shopify, for instance, which famously dedicates Maker Days for employees to explore new technologies. You need to carve out time for your teams to actively play with models like ChatGPT, Claude, and eventually, Grok. This isn't wasted time. It's R&D. Document what works, what fails, and why. Share those insights internally. Harvard Business Review highlighted last year that companies encouraging this type of internal knowledge sharing saw a 30% faster adoption of new technologies. Beyond unstructured play, dedicated training and resources are non-negotiable. It's not enough to tell people to figure it out. Implement structured workshops. Think of it like the early days of SQL training for data analysts, specialized courses for different business roles, focusing on advanced prompt engineering. The goal is to build an internal prompt library, a shared repository of effective prompts for common business tasks. This prevents teams from reinventing the wheel and accelerates knowledge transfer. Finally, form cross-functional AI teams. Bring together marketing, finance, product, different departments collaborating to identify AI opportunities and develop specialized prompts for their unique challenges. Remember what Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, said last year about the era of the AI copilot. Your internal teams need to learn how to effectively copilot with these systems across every function. The AI landscape with models like GPT 4.5, Claude 3.5, and eventually Claude 4 Opus is evolving at light speed. Continuous learning and adaptation isn't just a buzzword. It's a strategic imperative. The 2026 deadline for prompt mastery isn't some distant future. It's now. Tens of billions annually into their own AI initiatives. What we've covered today isn't about a futuristic concept. It's about a critical skill gap emerging right now, in 2024, that will definitively separate winning businesses from struggling ones by 2026. Prompt mastery isn't just about efficiency. It's about unlocking entirely new revenue streams and strategic insights that were previously out of reach. Companies like Adobe, under CEO Shantanu Narayan, aren't just integrating AI into their existing products. They're fundamentally reimagining creative workflows because they understand the power of precise human-AI interaction. This isn't a silver bullet, but it's the closest thing to a competitive moat you can build in the current landscape. The real war isn't AI versus human. It's the human who masters AI versus the human who doesn't. So, here's my question for you. Where are you seeing the most surprising ROI from your prompt engineering efforts right now? Or, what's the biggest bottleneck you've encountered in getting your team to truly adopt these tools? Drop your insights in the comments below. If you want more insights on how these technological shifts are reshaping business and finance, make sure to subscribe. And if you're thinking about how these AI tools can directly impact your real estate portfolio, watch my deep dive into how large language models can analyze property trends and optimize investment strategies next.